It's all about the Cardinals at the moment. Alex, it's time for Know Your Opponent.
It is. It's definitely time for Know Your Opponent. We had a little bit of a hiccup just getting timing right with a couple of people that we wanted to do Know Your Opponent with this week, but that's A-okay, Ant, because we've already talked with Evan. You've seen me over on the He's on Fire podcast talking with all of them, whether that's Evan, whether that's Amit. There's a lot of things that we know about the Cardinals already, but we wanted to show you more than we wanted to just, bring somebody on, and the timing wasn't going to work, so we decided to go with film breakdowns and kind of getting into what's going on with the film and what's happening with Arizona, especially with the ability right here or the differences potentially with no Kyler Murray, some missing pieces on the offensive line, guys not necessarily healthy, and them getting some guys back as well as D-Hop. So let's dive into this a little bit. Let's get into what this film is kind of showing us here. And when we got Arizona versus Green Bay, and here's the best part, right? We're giving you this little sneak peek all 22 snippet, but you can get a full breakdown of this game over on Patreon, so you can go join on Patreon as well and get the all 22 film preview of this game and areas of strengths and weaknesses for the Cardinals. But let's dive into this and what we have here on this series. This is a series that's going to end with an interception from the Cardinals, so we can kind of gleam at what the Green Bay Packers do well defensively here, some areas of weakness and how they attack, and what a limited mobility Kyler Murray may look like for the 49ers.
Yeah, and the Green Bay Packers are a good team to watch as well because they run a similar offense to what the 49ers do.
True.
So there's similar principles on offense, so we'll be able to get kind of into that.
So look, you got your two down linemen, you got two guys standing up, you got three guys here in space, you got three linebackers, and well, actually, technically two linebackers and a corner in the box. You got trips down here to the bottom of the screen, and they have an inside give run, and oh me, oh my. What just happened there?
Yeah, some dominance up front.
A lot of dominance up front. Was that their center getting pushed back?
It was, and this is one thing that the Packers were able to do in the game that the 49ers might not be able to do because Hudson will be back.
True.
So that's going to change the way they're playing, but you can see the dynamic of them trying to go with a man-on-man principle right here, and it just did not work out. He was trying to reach block, did not pay off for him.
Here's the other thing, too, to keep in mind. You have Zach Ertz here at the top of the screen here as a tight end. Not the best blocking tight end in the world, Ant, and you got to think this might be Nick Bosa over here. This may be a bigger win if this is a Nick Bosa, because this is a nice swim, but Bosa's definitely a lot faster than the gentleman there in space. He's going to be getting off of this and squeezing this down
Smith.
a yard or two more. This may end up being a bigger blow-up.
Yeah, and Rashawn Gary set the edge really nice there. Some of the 49ers can do in run fits. So this is something that you could see them handling, this type of formation, this setting. You wonder if they're going to get the 49ers into a nickel situation or if the Niners will try to play base set against it. But this is something they can handle. But it'll be a little bit different with Hudson.
Definitely will be different with Hudson. That's why we wanted to highlight it, is because people watching this and like, oh man, look at that dominance. The Niners can do that up front. Well, I mean, yes, but it's going to be tougher now.
Oh, a lot tougher. Hudson is that guy. He's really that good. You can see Arizona struggling again you can see the center right here. Even right now when he's moving over to make his block, he's going to give up ground. Boom, just on the initial punch. And they're setting up a screen, it looked like, and it gets absolutely obliterated.
Just a smidge, Ant. Just a smidge.
I mean, look at the way they're reading it, the movement, but the guard gets absolutely walked right back into Kyler Murray. Those are situations the 49ers can take advantage of. If you get a one-on-one situation, especially if that's Armstead inside right there, he can walk a guard straight into the quarterback. I mean, he had him on skates.
He really did. And this is huge because this is what we're talking about with the limited mobility for Kyler Murray. He may not have the escapability that you're used to. So interior pressure up the middle, forcing this guy into situations where he wants to get outside in space or get away, right? You could take advantage of these types of things. This is a big win here for this Packers front here, this D line, and the Niners can capitalize off this as well and put them in a very terrible situation where you get 3rd and long.
Yeah, because it's really not a complicated cover scheme. He's looking to the right. He's trying to set up the screen. It appears to the left. Right. And he just, once he doesn't even try to run, right? So that the leg is definitely bothering him enough where he can't get where he wants to go. He should move left. Just move left, create opportunity to get rid of the football, but he takes the sack.
He does. He takes the sack and puts them in a 3rd, and I think it's about 16 or 17. It's not a great situation there. Not what you want. You don't want to retreat that far, lose that many yards, and put yourself in this 3rd and long, and it's 3rd and 16. So that was essentially a 9-yard loss on that play. You went from 2nd and manageable if he just throws the ball into the ground or takes a sack for 5 yards, you're still looking at 3rd and 10, an area in which Kyler Murray thrives. And 3rd and 16 is a little bit longer.
Yeah, we both know what every coach that we used to coach with the older guys would yell, screen or draw, screen or draw.
That's almost always. And I wonder which one this one's going to be. Empty backfield? I wonder. I wonder. And it's a screen. It's a screen.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, right? Set up the screen to Rondale Moore and let him create with the ball in his hands. However, the timing is messed up again because the interior pass rush gets up the field really quick and gets after it. Here comes Rashawn Gary. And Kyler throws it. It's a little off target, and it turns out to be an interception.
I'm just confused about the design, too. Look at the route. Look at the release Rondale Moore takes here. Yeah. Oof. You got to think he's a little bit too far upfield there. Maybe?
Let's see where he ends up.
Maybe?
He's a yard behind the line of scrimmage, goes up, comes back underneath. No, he gets about to where he needs to be. He's going to try to come. It's a tunnel screen. He's going to try to come back underneath those everything. Offensive linemen.
The timing is
up
just
the middle of the field. The timing's a little off, and I think it's Rashawn Gary getting a little bit upfield too fast. Kyler gets rid of it a little bit quicker than he wants to.
Well, and look how late. Look, if you look at Rashawn Gary and what he's able to do here, if you look center guard tackle right here on this side of the formation, how far they end up going in. I mean, they're back almost 3 yards.
Yeah.
From the starting spot. That's great by Gary and not great execution by those two on that side. And Pugh is the left guard is dealing with the calf issue. So some mobility stuff may be a concern, which means that bull rush may be effective.
Yeah, it is. Big turnover. Huge.
I mean, that is a huge turnover, and it doesn't get any bigger than that turnover there. And this is what we're talking about when we're referring to, what is going on with these teams, or specifically with this Arizona Cardinals team. They have some guys banged up in certain areas. They have some guys that are struggling in terms of health and being able to maybe create that pocket that Kyler is used to and comfortable with, but also, now with Kyler limited in terms of mobility or maybe not being as 100% healthy as he'd like to be, he may be a little gun shy too in terms of wanting to sit in that pocket. Maybe he tries to get out early, do certain things like that, and the 49ers edge rushers can definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah, if he's having mobility problems, he's also going to have problems moving in the pocket. And he has to find windows to be able to throw through. He's got a lot of big guys, a big, tall offensive line, big, tall defensive linemen for the 49ers. Those are struggles. Those are opportunities that the Niners can take advantage of. So him being pocket-ridden is a good thing for the 49ers if it's Kyler Murray. And if it's Colt McCoy, it's a completely different animal.
True.
But you prepare for Kyler Murray, and then if it happens to be Colt, then you roll with that because it's going to be an easy transition to a more traditional style quarterback.
Correct.
You could go to your thought process on playing Carson Wentz, and that would be Colt McCoy. In general, I mean, Carson's a better football player. Don't get me wrong, but
and a better athlete right now.
I'm saying as far as athleticism and what you can expect from him, Colt used to be that guy.
Yeah.
Coming out, so I think that they can really go with that. But you saw right here that Green Bay was able to handle one-on-one situations. So getting Arizona in one-on-one situations across the front line is a good situation for the 49ers.
That's right.
They got to be able to attack. They got to be able to get upfield. They got to have nonstop motors. I think Arizona is going to try to double team at the point of attack. We'll see if they're able to get away with it the whole game, though.
That's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult to do. They're definitely going to try, though. You saw last week, especially early in that football game, 49ers Bears, where the double teams were really working on Givens, Contavious Street. They get blown out back sometimes. They definitely adjusted in the second half, started playing better, and playing some better football and not giving up ground, which is important, and Zach Kerr will help with that. We'll see. We'll see how they plan to attack it. We'll see how the 49ers plan to deal with it. The good news is you do have Al-Shaair back, so that should help you with some of your 100%. Run fits and some of that situation there. And K1, we saw him very, very active in the second half in terms of coming in, whether that was blitzing or against the run as well. So positives there for the 49ers. But, we got to get to the other side of the football, the defense, because it's hard to envision the Cardinals without DeAndre Hopkins and without Kyler Murray because they haven't really ever seen it. We've never seen those two things at the same time.
Right.
So it's hard to envision what difficulties they may have. We saw some areas maybe where the Niners could attack it, but the defensive side of the ball is very apparent where the weaknesses are and what is going on with this team and just what the struggles are, because it is very obvious that you have no J.J. Watt. And you can tell from this drive here, this is specifically, I believe it's a 17-play offensive drive for the Green Bay Packers, in which you're going to have a lot of running the football, you're going to have some good play action stuff, and maybe even some times where Cardinals are shifting up what they're doing to account for the loss of J.J. Watt.
Yeah, it is. And that's what's going to be evident in this drive is how the Green Bay Packers are able to handle this defensive front for Arizona. And that's going to be pivotal for the 49ers, being able to establish the run. And let's watch Chandler Jones as well and see how he's operating without a help of J.J. Watt on the inside.
You are correct, my good sir. You are definitely correct there. So you have Hicks here at the top, and it looks like, is that Isaiah Simmons there at the bottom? No, that's Jones there and Isaiah Simmons there.
100%.
Okay, so Jones and Simmons. Oh, we've seen this before, Ant.
Yeah, and that's why this is an important drive to show. This isn't even Kyle Shanahan levels of design.
No,
this is a sweet run play because look, you right away Chandler Jones is on the inside. You can chip him in with the wide receiver. 49ers wide receivers can handle that all day. The vertical run right there, the cut is a little bit off. He could actually stayed outside a little bit longer.
Correct.
And that's what Elijah Mitchell's been doing. He's been setting those blocks. But here comes the tight end in blocking. The 49ers are more definitive, but this run should have went farther outside for a bigger gain. But this is an opportunity for the 49ers to attack Arizona because of this alignment.
You mean to tell me that the 49ers...
Can you go back and pause it real quick?
Absolutely.
I know you have something you want to say.
No, you're good.
I'll pause it right there. So look at the way the receiver spacing is on this side. See where Chandler Jones is? Okay, so you got leverage right there, right? Block down. Now this outside receiver has leverage on that linebacker right there. Right there. Safety or linebacker. He's going to be able to block him down. Leverage. And then you bring the guy in motion and they're in zone coverage. And now you've got...
that's Byron Murphy.
Yeah, and you've got a guy manned up, right? You got this able to handle. So watch. Here you go. Block. Look at the guy reaching. That's a reach block right there. He's running with them. Now, Elijah Mitchell's faster, so he's going to be farther upfield right here and be able to create more. But... it's an interesting run.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
He still could have went outside.
If he sets this up here and gets outside, this is bigger play potentiality.
Yeah, he tried to get vertical, just get what he could. He did it a little bit early. Look, but overall, it's a nice design against what Arizona likes.
And this is Aaron Jones. Yeah. So this right here is thank you Game Pass.
Oh, that's the glitch it did earlier too.
Thank you Game Pass. Worries. I really appreciate that. But this is Aaron Jones, right? This is a top running back in the league. Making this, I wouldn't even say this is a mistake, but just putting his foot in the ground and getting vertical. This is something that we talked about with Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
Elijah Mitchell's been starting to show that growth and development and of not putting his foot in the ground and getting vertical early. So 49ers fans, if you've been worried about Elijah Mitchell, don't be, because even the good running backs in the league, even the guys that are in the top 10 of the league in terms of consistency, still do these types of things.
If Jones would have gave a right step inside and then bounced back to the outside, he would have set some blocks and got more yardage.
Correct. So now we have the motion here from Jones.
So you'll see the Niners do this with Debo and then with Elijah Mitchell.
And they're doing it with the running back.
Yeah.
Almost like they went to the same school of coaching and thought.
100%.
The offense. That's nuts. Okay, so you get the inside look here. It looks like a little bit of an RPO action.
It's an outside zone.
Definitely an outside zone.
Pretty good cut. You see the no belief in Aaron Rodgers keeping this football, so the end crashes down, or the linebacker.
And that's Isaiah Simmons there in space, I believe. Yep. But again, I mean, this is the thing that we didn't see the last time we played here. You can see here, this is a spot where Watt would be playing right here on the interior or right here on the interior. Look at the push that these guys are able to get and the hold at the line of scrimmage.
100%. The movement. Yeah,
there is absolutely no backwards pressure right now, which is a problem for Arizona in the run game because J.J. Watt would disrupt things, get guys off their blocking lanes, and force these things to get cut up earlier, or for this guy, the running back, to have to hesitate in space. Yeah. He doesn't have to. He's got plenty of opportunity to read. He's got plenty of room to read, and he's able to find the cut, get upfield, and get themselves a nice first down. That's big time for the Packers in this game, but this is huge for the 49ers because you can capitalize off this.
Oh yeah, the 49ers can do everything that Green Bay is doing right now.
Absolutely.
They can execute, at the same high level.
And now you got an empty set. And you got 4 to there to the top, excuse me. 4 to the top, 1 here to the bottom of the screen with Tanyan. And it's just look at that, nice little screen outside zone action.
It's a nice little screen. It's nice. Everyone goes up and blocks. You just get the ball to Jones. He looks like he's matched up with Simmons, and they're brushing Simmons off the edge. So that's a mismatch.
Definitely a mismatch. And yeah, I mean, 88, I don't know who you are, but you're a block away from this being a bigger play, my guy. Got to make these blocks.
That's the thing. They're missing receivers, so
makes it tough. But Byron Murphy.
Well, I think 88's setting it up for him to go outside.
Outside as well, yeah. Possibly. 2nd and 3 now. 2nd and 3. You got yourself 7 yards on the first down.
Look at the motion. Reveals man. Gonna run. And
oh my Lord.
A nice run. Very nice.
Very nice run.
They're winning at the point of attack now. You can the JJ Watt missing is very evident.
100%.
Nice
And
game
sometimes
pass.
it's Tofua, and sometimes it's Jordan Phillips there on the interior that have taken over for him, and they're not winning.
Double team at the point of attack, win on the outside. Look at the block right there, taking out the end. Very well played.
You have to think of this Elijah Mitchell, right? Just get your foot in the ground and get outside, and you got an opportunity. This is AJ Dillon here. This isn't as fast of a running back, more of a power guy.
Right.
But there are opportunities here for the 49ers. Big hole shot plays with your running game, using the window dressing, right, to figure out where you're at in space and who has what. And then, dude, look at that. That double team was almost too good there on the outside. Look at this. Look at this double team on the outside. It's almost too good.
It's good. It's a good combination. They're working together in unison. Boom, drive him off, and then come off, get to the other guy. Look at that, just in time. That is well executed. And that's what the left side of our line can do. Laken Tomlinson and Trent Williams can handle this.
Yeah,
for sure.
5.9 yards per carry when running at Trent Williams,
Yeah,
when running
helps.
at Trent Williams. Definitely helps. Definitely helps. Quit stealing Elijah Mitchell's first down celebration, AJ Dillon. Get your own. Get your own guy. Okay, another first down, Ant. They're moving the sticks. Things are going well. They're showing what? You got 3. So you got 5 at the line, walking down a linebacker.
You got empty. You got a tight end down here, Robert Tonyan.
Correct?
Oh, actually, they had 2 tight ends down here.
True. And you got cover 3. And oh boy almighty, Ant.
Tonyan should have broke off.
Agreed with you.
He didn't read the coverage. Aaron Rodgers expected him to go back shoulder. This is something you see the 49ers do. You got the guy going up the seam. Look at the seam, though. No, the other one, too. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, right? This is a cover 3 beater. This is 4 verts with an inside route. I think Tonyan thinks they have covered.
I have to give Aaron a little respect, though. He's already throwing the football. So that guy breaking off, on top. That's the tight end right there. The other tight end wouldn't be open.
Correct, because he's already gotten rid of the ball.
Yeah, he's already releasing the ball, so the safety's reading that. So I'm not going to go ahead and say that.
Ball's being released right now. That's why this guy comes
That's why
open.
no one else is open.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is what I mean, though. This is a recognition by Aaron Rodgers that you got cover 3. He's hoping he knows this guy has to hold a little bit in space, even as he's releasing this thing until he can see where the ball's going. And he's hoping Tonyan's just going to sit back shoulder and catch this, but Tonyan never looks back for the football. But again, LaFleur here, this is the right play call. If they're going to show and sit base cover 3, and you know they're going to show and sit
a lot against the 49ers last time,
then you have situations where you can call these 4 vert options and take a shot somewhere. His 4 verts that's a nice cover 3 beater. It's there. You get away with one. Aaron Rodgers gets away with some sometimes, man. But again, not a lot of pressure being put either. Let's go back to that. I wanted to see it. Not a lot of pressure.
They just showed and then bailed.
Yeah, show and bailed, but their 4 guys aren't winning that much either.
No.
Opportunities. Plenty, abundant everywhere. Okay, so we got an inside give here. And again, nice jump cut. But again, look at this interior front here. Jordan Phillips here on this left side of the line. Just get stalwart. That's huge. That's huge for this run game, and it's huge for Daniel Brunskill. He's going to have an easier task and an easier test this week. He's going to have to win these matchups.
Yeah, and the right tackle won one-on-one right there. It wasn't a push, but he was able to get enough and move him off his spot. And
all you have to do.
Yeah. It
truly is.
He stymies him, boom, and then he's going to get just enough movement. That's a nice jump cut.
Well, here's the thing, too. We saw McGlinchey trying to make blocks like this last week, right? He's coming down in space here, or the last time they played him, and J.J. Watt, faster, stronger, was able to get through and across his face a couple of times and blow a couple of these plays up. Don't have to worry about that as much.
Yeah, and they brought the run blitz, and they literally ran right past it. They went the wrong way.
Beautiful. He's giving you the warm fuzzies inside, Ant, in terms of what the run game may be able to do against J.J. Watt. And now Aaron Rodgers is going to get frustrated.
Yeah, come on.
He's like, you son of a gun. You son of a gun. The neutral zone infraction, he got back. Let me take my shot. He's looking this way, too, because he's going to try and hold here in space and try and throw this one-on-one deep ball down the seam.
Yeah, that's why he's like, why did you blow the whistle?
You son of a gun.
How dare you?
I'm Aaron Rodgers. White hat comes over. Hey, it's okay. Get off. Don't you touch me. All right, Aaron. It's going to be fine. 1st and 10, though, now for Green Bay. You get yourself a little closer. I mean, just look at this.
Look at how soft they're playing coverage-wise on top and on bottom. Their corners are just playing way off.
Holy cow, man.
I mean, we saw open receivers, when the Niners played last time. So, but I mean, yeah, Aaron Rodgers alerted to it. He knew right where he was going with the football, and he went to it and won.
Absolutely. Definitely wins. And again, this is what I mean by take a look here. Are their edge rushers winning? Are they winning in
They
space?
don't have time to win. Aaron got rid of the ball too quick.
Also true. I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag there, and for taunting.
Yeah.
There's
the movement, the reveal coverage. They're sitting in their base base cover 3 look.
Yep.
Play action. They actually play it well. Stays home. Aaron has to throw a interesting pass, and it doesn't get there.
It's true. Is this Jones up here at the top? It is.
This is bootleg action the 49ers will run. So,
absolutely.
With more time, he would have had something farther down the field.
And here's the thing, though. The only thing would be, do you see the 49ers going to this naked boot look more often?
If the run game is going, yes.
Absolutely, because he's going to have to come down and respect.
Yeah, he'll have to fly down the line of scrimmage.
Agreed. Look here.
Motion, you got man coverage.
Yep.
Run.
Oh, my Lord. Holy pancakes. Holy pancake.
Man, they're running right at where J.J. Watt would have.
100%. Oh. And look at this wash here. If he's able to get his foot in the ground and get even a little bit more left too, he might have maybe a little bit more, but I do like the fact that he gets vertical. Yeah. This is just nice.
Yeah, you got to get vertical right there.
Just nice execution.
Good read.
All the way across. And I mean, here's Jordan Phillips. Jordan Phillips is at the 20. Where does Jordan Phillips start? He's just crossed the 20. He's at the 18. He gets the nice 2-yard push back down into the backfield in the second level. I mean, this is good news for San Francisco.
Yeah, you hope the offensive line can step up. They're one of the better offensive lines against Chicago. They need to go ahead and handle business on the front line. If they can, there's a lot of possibilities.
Yep, and you have the motion there at the top of the screen.
Oh, yeah. All the movement allows you to know what's going on pre-snap, so the 49ers do it so much. Just revealed coverage to Aaron Rodgers. He knows what he's got.
The take is underneath.
Yep. Makes it 4th and short.
Very short. Very short, Ant. And now you have yourself a situation where it's all about your one-on-one matchups here. Everyone's got to win at the point of attack.
Whew, that's just power. No one was able to get to the second level, and that linebacker filled in a big way.
He really did. I think that's Jordan Hicks that comes across. A great fill.
And they were basically leaving it one-on-one the way they blocked it.
Right, it's true. They were leaving it one-on-one, and he won.
Yeah,
just barely by the skin of his chinny chin. Okay, so it looks like you got
that a bunch type look down here at the bottom.
Look at the jump cut there.
It's a nice cut. They're overrunning the play.
Correct.
Oh, good block down here by I think that's a backup tight end.
Right here?
Yeah, that's a solid block.
Little hold.
No. Not holding. That is not holding.
I agree with you, but arms on the outside. All it's gonna take is the official to see it, and they'll throw that flag.
He just did that to turn him, but notice once the guy starts to get around him, he lets go.
Correct. I hope not. You hope not.
Got the hips turned. He actually could have held him a little bit longer.
Good stuff there. Good stuff. But I mean, again, look at the methodical way they've been able to move downfield, right?
Yeah.
No real deep shots from Aaron. It's been a lot of running the football. It's been a lot of gashing runs. It's been a lot of underneath throws, getting them to play soft coverage.
Let's see. Coverage again.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. A good read by Aaron.
Definitely is.
You want that rub to get a little bit more of that guy. But that's something the Niners can do with George Kittle. Exactly right there, what you just saw.
Well, and you're going to have a much better receiver out here than Equanimeous St. Brown.
Also good deep. Look at him work across the Buda Baker.
Actually, I don't even think that's Equanimeous St. Brown. I don't know who 19 is. I don't believe that's Amari Rodgers.
No, I don't think so.
I think 88 is Amari Rodgers. Yes. Radiatism art.
Woo!
Well, that's just a physical
He
run
just
right
ran over Isaiah Simmons.
there. It was like when it wasn't wrong.
He just powered over him.
Yeah, and yeah, he really did.
I mean, it's not that Arizona played it wrong. Arizona played it pretty good.
Here's the thing, right? If you're the 49ers, you have to be looking at stuff like this now, Ant, as an option for the 49ers. These little actions here, if you time it correctly, you might be able to get this Simmons to hold, and if he plays this incorrectly, then you have those jet sweep actions, especially if he's just going to commit.
Yeah, well, you also got a guy coming deep, right, from the deep part to cover him. So you have an opportunity to get him the ball out in space and let him create, especially if that's like a Debo or Brandon Ayuk. They can create.
Absolutely they can, man. Absolutely they can. Look, there's a lot of positive things to take away from the film and to look at what the Green Bay Packers were able to do offensively against this front, especially in the run game, and go, hey, you know what? San Francisco can put themselves in very similar situations, and maybe necessarily you don't have to spend as much time double teaming at second level. You can pick and choose when you secure first level and when you just try and get yourself up to second. And that's huge because if you're able to get Langston Tomlinson, Trent Williams, Mike McGlinchey up in space, Daniel Brunskill, letting them get up to second level and get blocks against these athletic linebackers and getting them to get off their lanes and not allow them free run to, where the ball's moving in space, we're going to have a lot of success in the run.
I wanted to see how noticeable it was to not see J.J. Watt and what he was able to do, because it was very noticeable in when they played San Francisco, how he was able to handle his spot and then help set the edge, and it wasn't there. And that's a huge loss. I think it's actually bigger than I anticipated. Watching over this and going over this. So I mean, when I'm looking at this and knowing our opponent now, I know that the 49ers can attack where J.J. Watt used to be. There's opportunities to run the football. And if they can establish this run, not only on the edge, because Chandler Jones can be had on the outside, but also on that interior where J.J. Watt was playing that 5 technique, then the 49ers have an opportunity to really gash them. And if they can get this run game established, it sets up the play action and a lot of big-time plays down the field. You add George Kittle back to the mix. Another thing for them to have to worry about, that's going to be huge because he can design up plays where you put George Kittle and Charlie Warner in blocking situations and let them block down, and then have Kyle Juszczyk be the guy that goes in motion and gets the guy on the outside, and all of a sudden, that's not a favorable matchup for Arizona. So, yeah, this is encouraging. Knowing our opponent, there's good matchup issues for the 49ers, and I always thought the 49ers defense matched up pretty good with Arizona.
You are not wrong, Ant. You are very correct. They really do, and the film right here shows it. I hope you enjoyed this. We hope that you enjoyed this Know Your Opponent little film, all 22 film look, sneak peek, I guess is what we can call this. If you want more of this all 22 film, you want to see more of it, you want to see this Packers versus Arizona Cardinals film, head on over to Patreon. The all 22 film preview will come out Saturday, so you'll get a good look at what the Cardinals did against the Packers, good and bad, as well as all 22 film breakdowns of the 49ers last game against the Chicago Bears, a big win. Going to be a lot of fun. It's really exciting. You don't want to miss out on any of that. But let us know what you thought about all of this, because Ant, I feel a lot more comfortable and confident with this 49ers going against this Arizona Cardinals defense.
Yeah, it was a small snippet of what is going on, but it gives you an idea of how the 49ers can attack. And that's why it's going to be fun to get into the game plan video. So we'll really break it down even more tomorrow as we get into how the 49ers are going to attack Arizona, offensively and defensively, and what they need to do to take care of business to beat Arizona. But sometimes, especially when there's a cool matchup like Green Bay, they run things that are very similar to what the 49ers do. They have some similar players with similar skill sets. Get a very good idea. So it's nice to look into that. It's the latest game, and it's how they played without J.J. Watt. How would they look without Kyler Murray and stuff? I don't know, but it's going to be an interesting game, and I was excited to get into this and get to know Arizona a little bit better.
All about knowing your opponent. If you're a 49ers fan, the more you know, the better you can be prepared for Sundays, and the more comfortable you can feel about your team, or nervous. We're hoping you're feeling confident, you're feeling comfortable with this team and what's going on. But hey, you know what? Got a fun weekend coming up. We got a fun episode tomorrow. The game plan video Saturday is going to be a good time. Patreon is going to be kicking as well. And anyone that's on Patreon, I'll see you in a little bit for some fun Madden Fantasy Draft. And hopefully your boy here is going to be walking away from the Madden Fantasy League a champion. I'm still leading in the Cutback Fantasy Football League. Hopefully I'll be leading in the Madden League. But hey, we've got some tough opponents. We got some very interesting Cutback crew members as well that are ready to go and ready to put me in my place, right? Make me eat some crow for even saying this. But hey, it's fine. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun on Patreon. It's going to be even more fun tomorrow. And we hope you enjoyed everything that we had to bring you today on the Friday Frenzy.
Yeah, it's been a great day. A lot of great content. And there's more to come tomorrow. So strap in. Let's get it going. We got a big game on Sunday, and we're getting prepared for it.
Buckle up, baby. Buckle up. Sunday's going to be huge. It's going to be very important. We'll see you all tomorrow morning for the daily video, for the game plan video. And until that time, stay safe.
Remember, the right way
is always the 49ers way.